Hey guys, I'm gonna help you. This is gonna be a how-to step on how to install the fix so you can actually play the online multiplayer PvP with everybody or co-op with your friends. So this is all pretty easy. It's just a couple files you just need to drop into your folder. Now that you got your game for free here, just download on Uplay Connect, which is crappy, but doesn't matter, you just need the game. So you're gonna go to your game page here, you're gonna manage and go to properties. On properties you're gonna go installation, and then you're gonna find your folder. This is gonna be where your game files are. I don't know why it does that, but you don't need Ubisoft Connect after this. You could just close that, doesn't really matter. But now the first step, you're gonna need to make an account at warehouse.com. So here at warehouse.com, this is just the person that's just making these games work again. So you're gonna click sign in here, you're gonna make an account right here, so you're gonna hit create account. And just as a quick side note, some people won't be able to see this, which is really stupid, but because people have certain size differences on their text. So if you can't see this create account, like you see no scroll bar here on the side, so you cannot scroll, you can't do anything. So what you're gonna have to do is hit tab. It'll move the next position down, and you're gonna go down after sign in, after login with Discord, and it's gonna hover over create account, and you just press enter. Then you're gonna make an account here, whatever, email, password, that's it. So once that's made, it's gonna ask you to make a name, and that's gonna be your profile. Once that's done, it's gonna download the actual profile here, which is gonna be Ghost Recon Future Soldier WH key. So you'll have that ready. So that's one of the files that you need. Of course, the other way you can do these two files. Okay, sorry. Getting ahead of myself. Once you have this is a requirement, so you need to make an account. After that, you're gonna need two more files. So you can either download the warehouse launcher right here. Just click this, and then basically in this solution, all you need to do is install it and tell the launcher where exactly your game is. That's about it. I mean, you can just click find, and it'll just locate your game, and it'll install the two files that you need. The other way, which is honestly just you'll just do it easily. It's fast. So you're gonna download the Uplay R1 loader .dll, Ubi Orbital PIR2 loader DLL. So let me see here. Download requires files from here. So I already have, you have your profile here, and I already have that downloaded, but I'm just gonna click right here. So that's gonna install these client files. So from here, just zoom in. So I have an unconfirmed one here that I was setting up for it, but I already have these two here. We're just gonna unzip this just to get this easier for you guys. So we got our two client files right here. These are very important. I'll show you in a bit. So client files, your profile, that's all, just those three. Your profile and the two client files. Alright, so we're gonna go back into our Future Soldier folder here, and if you scroll down, I mean, this has already been fixed. I mean, you see my profile right there. You are gonna look for you play R1 loader, and you're gonna look for, where is it? Should be here. I could just rename it, but it's right there. Okay, Ubi or whatever, R2 loader. So your game will already have these files. So what I recommend, so nobody gets confused, I just want you to delete those two. So these original ones you don't need. You need to install the ones that we currently have that actually allow you to be able to join the servers. So now that you have removed these two, so you don't get confused, you're gonna go into your client, the download of the client files. You're just gonna pick up those two and drag and drop them over here. But for those that just don't want to freaking delete it, whatever, so let's just say you already had those files there, you're gonna want these, you're gonna move these client files in there, and it's gonna ask you replace the files, replace them, because the originals is the one that you do not want. And you're gonna need your profile in there. You need this in here. If you don't have this in here, you won't be able to actually have your profile in game and do all this other shit. It's probably not even gonna run, to be honest. So you just gotta make sure those three files are in there, and you're pretty much set up. I'm gonna troubleshoot with you guys and let you know some fixes for other problems and solutions. But after you've done all this, you'll be able to run the game from these two EXEs, DX9 and DX11. So what I want you guys to do is to either click one of these. You're just gonna make a shortcut, create a shortcut. Now you have your shortcut. What you're gonna do is just throw that on there. I already have one on there, but you know, whatever. So now that you have that on there, you can run the game from here. You don't need to use the Ubisoft launcher anymore after that. So now that you have that, just launch the game. You're good to go. You'll have your profile made. You'll have the game running. So you don't really need to worry about all that shit. And that's it. You should be able to join other people, but you might have to open up your ports through your router and whatnot. But once you're done with this specific step, I want you to find someone that actually is connected with other players already. Just you can honestly just go to the whoops, didn't mean to open that. You could just go to the Discord here. If you want to, just alright, you need to fuck off. Just go to this Ghost Recon Future Soldier here. Server, edit invite link. And I'll just put this for 7 days, doesn't matter, no limit, generate a new link. So I got that link right there. So you want to join the server, come join us. That'll just get you in here. And just find someone that you can just drop into a lobby with. That's all you really need. So if you can drop into a lobby, with someone, and just make sure you'll be able to join a multiplayer game, a PvP. Once you are able to check that, then you're good for everything else. That's all you really need to do, is to test that out. You have the game working. So now we're gonna do some fixes. This is some troubleshooting right now. So let's say you have connectivity problems, maybe your game won't run. Let's just run down the simple solutions. You got to make sure those two files are actually in there. So these two need to be replaced so you actually be able to run the game properly. You won't be able to run through the DX9 or DX11 without one of these. I think it's this one specifically you need, but you need both of them. If you can't run through this, then you didn't do this correctly. If your game just doesn't launch, there could be another problem. Let's just go to the other solution right here, the warehouse key. So as you can see, gers._pc.wh key. So right here you can see it says wh_key file. There are some people that you don't see it. Here, I'm just gonna show you an example. It's gonna be, I don't know, do that. It's actually a text file for them. For some reason, their thing's a text file. You don't notice it because you don't have the file extensions on. That's how it looks like. You see? It looks perfectly fine. That's not what you want. This is a text document. It's not gonna run with a text document. You could just check that by having file extensions on, and you really just need to rename this, and it needs to make sure that it's just like this. No other extension in the back. It might be doubled or something, and it's just not gonna go through. So once that's done, you're just gonna hit enter, save, and this has to be a WH-key file. That's it. That's a simple fix. Those are just general. Okay. Other problems that will happen for connectivity issues is I noticed this is just me noticing these problems. Some people don't really like see it, but there are some mods. There's like a Future Soldier fix. I've tried installing it myself. I had it in my game and I tried making it work. But having those files in my game, which you won't see on here because I don't have it, but having those files in there is gonna prevent you from actually joining other people. For some reason, I do not know why. I would try to like test it out, but I don't have the time for that right now. But those configuration files for some reason just prevents you from actually joining anyone. For some reason, I cannot tell you. And you just can't have those on there. That's specifically for the Future Soldier fix. That's a problem that happened to me personally. The other problem is someone else had an issue with shaders. I know you want to make you want the game to look a lot nicer than it actually is. There are some settings in the shaders that you can change, but I don't know why. Like maybe a certain amount it goes up too high or something, and I don't know. It just prevents you from actually joining other people's multiplayer game. I had a guy that adjusted these shaders because he wanted the game to look fabulous, amazing, to just like not ray tracing, but like God rays and whatnot. He did all this fix and whatnot, and he's able to join the lobby. He cannot spawn in. I have to show you guys the spawning in bug, but you literally can join the lobby, but you cannot spawn in. Sometimes you can't even join the lobby. But those are just two different cases right there for those two problems. Another problem for you guys to deal with is just VPNs. You guys cannot have any VPNs in your adapter list here. Sometimes, for some reason, you're not allowed to disable them. You cannot disable your VPN. You have to remove it. After that's been removed, you're able to actually join games again. So you kind of want this just blank without no VPNs. Here, let me do this just because I'm bored. No VPN. No VPNs. Okay. I mean, those are pretty much just the basics troubleshooting tips I can give you right now. People in generally just have connection issues, and to be honest, some people can't be helped. But if you still have problems, just ask me and I'll guide you through and make sure like some things are actually done correctly. And really, you kind of just need to open your ports, make the game run easily, make the game run better anyways. And let me see here. So required network ports. So I mean, I'm not sure if these are actually the ones. I I mean, I kind of don't I haven't been messing with the ports because the way I have to do it is a bit annoying. I generally don't think you need it, but if your connection is like really bad, you're gonna have to do this. I don't know if it's like network types or whatnot, but you'll have to open these ports on your router. And really, that's about all the help I can give you guys. I'm trying to think right now. I have a bunch of people on here that need help, but that's all the real ideas I can give right now. Make sure like you go with other people and just test it out. Test out your game. Once it works once, you can run with someone, then you should be fine. And you just run the games through this. That's it. You don't need to do anything else. Of course, you can like Ubisoft. If you ever want to like physically change your settings, these, well, not all of these, because I kind of added a bunch of other shit trying to test stuff out, but if you need like full screen, you got to change that to true. Just like change your settings through here, it'll look different. None of this matters here, but yours will be different. And that's it. Just run your game. You should be fine. Should be all ready to go.